What is up, YouTube? AlphonZeus of Team Gradelock here with another episode of Team Gradelock Unlocks week. We're going to be going over the latest card fight Vanguard episode, Ride 167, as well as other Vanguard news. Oh, that's something a little bit different, because actually John's going to be stepping up a bit just to give a breakdown of the tournament report over the past 2 days. Now, of course, I'll leave all the tournament reporting up to here, so at least this video can at least be less than 15 minutes, hopefully. So, let's get right into the episode, Ride 167. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the episode yet, please pause, close the video, go watch that episode, and then come back right here so we can discuss about it. Of course, if you don't want to do that, please click on the link in the description down below just to skip right to the news of that we heard of Vanguard. And so, Ride 167, Seek the Mate. So, pretty much what we have here, we have Kai on a roll with getting people to remember who Aichi was because he did so much for the episode, so much for Cardfight Vanguard in general, at least in the anime. And now we get to see what's going to happen next. And in this case, well, I don't think I've seen the preview for last week, so I apologize for that. But now we get to see Miwa's turn to see if he can remember everything. So we start the episode off with Kai actually visiting Ren up in his office, where it's apparently all pimped out. It seems that he's like a high school student, although I'd probably call him a senior. But he's owning his own building, he's owning all this, and just pretty insane in that aspect to see a high school kid doing really, really well. Although there are a couple people in high school that can actually do really, really well for them, especially, you know, some of the select few, but at least so we thought. So, as Kai tries to help Ren remember who Aichi is, shows him Blaster Blade, Ren's being, like, careless, or not careless, but relaxed, calm, laissez-faire person that we all know and love. After he went through this whole psychotic episode with Psyqualia, but now he's developed more of a playful attitude over the past few seasons. And so, when Kai shows him, Ren automatically thinks, oh, it looks like my Blaster Dark, haha. And then Kai's, okay, getting frustrated now. It's like, Sendo Aichi. And when Ren goes, okay, I'm gonna think, oh, I thought too hard, my head hurts. And Kai's like, okay, I'm done, I'm out, I'm going, I'm leaving, I'm not even doing anything, almost bumping into Asuka, who was so kind to bring enough tea to them, so at least maybe a tea break would help Ren somewhat remember. But as Kai leaves, he's thinking, okay, how in the world is happening? What's going on? Like, he's just that frustrated that he couldn't even think straight that, you know, this seems like everything's okay, but it really isn't. Now, meanwhile, though, you see Naoki and Misaki, you know, Naoki actually updates Misaki on what's been going on, especially in the terms of the fighter that he met last episode, or just forget everything about Sendo Aichi. And that was definitely something to report to. And of course, Naoki's still having those troubles with addressing, you know, Misaki as boss lady, and should be pronouncing more of Misaki senpai. It's kind of strange to see that turn of events, but at least it provides some nice comic relief. And then we get to the high school, and as Naoki tells Misaki what's going on and say, okay, we have to tell Kai about this, Kai ends up, you know, going regular school day and whatnot. And then you get to see Miwa, and of course the first time around he didn't really say anything to Miwa, and like in terms of remembering Sendo Aichi, although Miwa, like the god that he is, he's just like, oh, you're still up about that? It seems like he's the person that represents the fans a little bit too much. That's what I think. And so, as we move along the episode, where Kai's thinking, okay, how in the world am I going to get people to remember who Aichi is? And then he flashbacks to both Naoki and Misaki, where he card fights them. And then it's through there that they actually remember, especially when they see Blaster Blade, because that's the key thing that gets the ball rolling and steamrolls into, okay, now I remember who he is. And so, by the end of the day, we actually end up going to the Card Fight Club meeting at the high school that Kai attends. I'm sorry, I do not know the name of that yet, or I don't remember as of this recording. So, we're just going to say it's a Card Fight meeting. But, before that meeting actually takes place, we get to see Kai and Miwa interact. And as they're walking down the hallway, I found that it was really interesting and kind of cute. These high school girls saying, oh wow, it's Kai and Miwa, and like, what are we gonna do? He comes motion, it's like, okay, I'm not sure. Seriously though, the Kai and Miwa look really, they're like at least 18 or so. Those girls are so 15, 16, but of course it's high school. It's you know, inevitable, I guess. And so, you know, it's, hey, good luck in the club meeting, guys. And Kai just turns and like away, but Miwa actually responds, and then the girls just, you know, kind of like get hype and squeal about it. I don't know. But during the card fight meeting, oh, actually, no, another detail is, before the card fight meeting, we get to see Morikawa and Izaki. Morikawa challenging Kai again, just like he does, or at least challenging the strongest fighter here, this grade 3 craziness. And so, what Kai has, okay, I'm not even dealing with you anymore. And the thing is, though, Izaki pulls out the CD for Ultra Rare, and apparently both Miwa and, Izaki's like Rekka and Suiko and saying their preferences and stuff. But in an ironic twist, we have Morikawa saying, "Oh, no manly man would ever worship an idol group," which I feel like punching him in the face so bad because he wasn't introduced to Korin. Although I wish I knew where she was right now. Maybe she was tending with Aichi or something like that. And after Kai completely ignores Morikawa's challenge, he tries to do so, but of course, you see the girls actually peek out of the hallway and they say, "Oh, why is Morikawa challenging him again? He sucks at Vanguard." Oh man, okay, you're really preaching to the choir right now. But of course, if he's playing Dimensional Robots, that may be a different story. Anyways, we have here a match now, because now that Kai realizes how to get the memories flowing again, and I think he either did that on his way to the card fight room or during the card fight meeting. And in that meeting, it's just him, Miwa, and of course Professor M, or whatever you want to call him, or Professor N, the guy that ran Murakumo and Nubatama and really kicked ass with it. I think like 2 seasons ago and a season ago. So he's wondering, how in the world are we going to get people to come to the club? And you just wonder, what is the solution? You just fight more about Vanguard. And Kai's like, okay, you know what? Here, Miwa, let's go to the gym. And apparently the professor, even though he's surprised that, oh, where did they go? Oh, you know what? Here, I'm going to wish you guys the best. You're probably going to card fight it out and try and get people to sign up. And so now we get to the part where we get to see the card fight between Kai's Royal Paladin Seekers and a Kagero, oh my goodness, old school with the Draconic Overlord Break Ride. So let's see how this turns out now. We have here a classic fight, kind of like what would happen in the first episode of Season 1, where Aichi goes up against Kai with Royal Paladins and Kagero. No archetype needed. And so we have here the flashback fight, at least. And you see the new starters. Of course, you don't see Lizard Soldier Conroe, because apparently Conroe is going to be not banned as a starting Vanguard, which is going to be the second thing that we're going to be having. And we get to see the fight go through. And of course, Kagero players are going to be so nostalgic about this. You see Bar, you see Nahalem, you see everybody from the whole damn Kagero clan proving that, hey, we're still here. We just got an updated break ride. And we're good. You still see Burning Horn. Oh my goodness. This nostalgia is proving how Kagero is a clan that was probably always going to be around. And of course, just a hint, another video that's going to be uploaded today will be the King of the Ring segment from Henry, an updated one for the top 5 grade 3. So just to throw that out there for another upload for today. And so as we see the fight move along, we get to see Naoki and Masaki still having that comic relief between the two. And just, okay, trying to find where Kai is or where Miwa is. And of course, Naoki with the same old boss lady. I'm not sure how long he's been calling her boss lady before they actually met up in Season 3, but it must have been pretty funny about it. And the fight moves on. We get to see, now, what I thought is going to be the same thing like Episode 1, Season 1, where Kai just stuck in grade 2, but no! We actually have here an actual fight. Because now we get to see a brand new grade 3 here, which just so happens to be Seeker Sing Saber Dragon. Triple S Dragon. Oh my goodness. When I saw this, I was thinking, alright, Rasa Blade has a new form, or at least what some people have been talking about in the Cardfight Vanguard group, excuse me. And what is this guy gonna do? Gonna be like a cross ride for Soul Savior Dragon? Well, you really have to replace a couple of the words with that, because Soul Savior, they do Seeker Sing Saber. Add that extra S on for some good measure. And then as we get to see Break Ride, and of course Miwa just Break Ride's regular Break Ride over Break Ride, because we don't get to see what, if any, there's going to be a Legion mate for that. But of course this must have been the vanilla deck with just the added Break Ride, and because this is pre-set 16. And then as the memories go on, you can see he's going through the same steps that Naoki and Misaki are going through, such as, remembering, you see the darkness covering his eyes and starting to remember and remember and remember, starting with riding Blaster Blade, starting with getting like flashbacks of how Kai was going up against Aichi. Just so much has been going on. It's insane. And the thing is, though, I can probably understand a bit more why it's a little bit more emotional because this guy's been pretty awesome and badass. At least Aichi tries to be without breaking down, having an anxiety attack. And then we get to see, I don't know, I thought Miwa was gonna cry at first, but no, he's Miwa. Why would he cry? And then he actually admits it too, and say like, no, I can do this on my own power. Because by the time that happens, we see Naoki Misaki actually go into the gym, and it's cool because I thought this gym was really like high tech. Because apparently, just imagine it. Okay, I thought it was just like you just imagine yourself on Planet of Cray, but then it just turns out it's actually part of the gym. Especially when you saw the card fight tables just rise up from the ground, it's like, okay, something's happening here. Why are we not getting funding for this? But of course, we have other issues, but that's a totally different topic. So then we get to see them walk through that little portal, and they see Naoki even tries to help out Miwa, just saying, "Hey, I went through the same thing, man. I went through the same thing, except I cried. I cried." And Miwa's okay. I can do this. I can do this. And then after he breaks shide, he can stand again after he attacked the rear guard. Boom, hit the Vanguard, and no. Guard it. Kai ends up riding over it. And then we get to see that Royal Paladin has a second Legion target. So Blasted Blade Seeker can go to 2 different ones, including the Wingo and Sing Savior Dragon. Oh my. Okay, then there has to be another clan that has 2 Legion mates. Because come on, Royals. Well, of course, Golds probably haven't been like the best of the best over the past season or so, so it's probably expected that Royal Paladins need to get back into the spotlight, at least in terms of the anime. And then when King Savior Dragon gets the attack in, and especially putting back those 4 cards, and I saw freaking 4, one of those 4 cards was a trigger, and it says it put 4 cards back into the deck, and so you recycle your triggers, which is insane because that's what Legion can do. Especially when you get that heal trigger on the first turn, and that's just off of the first attack that your opponent makes at you. You can help out if you get that heal trigger, heal the next turn or not, whatever may be the case. But as you get to the end of the fight, Miwa finally realizes, oh, Sendo Aichi, and then as he takes that damage, okay, he finally remembers, and and the thing is, though, he's not as emotional as Naoki, or not even half as emotional as Misaki was. But he was, wow, I'm sorry, guys. I guess it took me a while, but I finally remember who this guy is. And of course, we ended up on a cliffhanger where all of a sudden we see Kamui pop up on stage, and he challenges Kai to a card fight. Woo! That's that's a great way to end, because now we get to see the Nova Grapplers, and of course we're going to see Beastar the Extreme, or will we see something completely different? Because maybe Kamui has picked up the Legion mate beforehand. So we're hoping to see what we can do, and I hope that this is going to be a very good, how do I say this? A very good tech that we get to see from the Nova Grapplers, if it's going to be Legion or the old school preset 16. And I think that from that episode got pretty hype, and of course I actually played through both the intro and the outro. Both those intros and outros, they're really worth the watch. I don't mind watching them over and over again because the songs are really that catchy. They're my favorite out of the whole damn series. And so that's pretty much it for the episode. Now, if you have any opinions about the episode, or you want to talk about the episode a bit more, feel free to comment down below and get a conversation started, because we always want to try and talk to our fans. Of course, in the meantime, we probably want to get a Facebook page up too, so we're trying to work with that. Now let's get to the actual Vanguard news. Now, with the Vanguard news has been popping up lately, at least for the hype that we have. The sneak peek for Oracle Think Tanks is this Saturday, and I am extremely hyped for it, but kind of salty because I would have to drop $90 if I needed to pick up my 4 Pentagolden Maguses as a promo, unless I get trades off of people. And of course, according to what the locals are going through right now, they're not really the biggest fans of it. I just know maybe a few other people besides myself that want the OTT, John included. I don't know who else wants it, but I do want that Magus. Battle Sisters I kind of like, but I guess it's not my thing. But yeah, why do I keep saying but? So the next thing that I actually want to talk about would be the schedule for the rest of the year. Now, I have talked about it a bit in the previous episode, but I just want to bring it up again just to kind of put everything into perspective. Because after set 13, you get to see later this year set 14, set 15, set 16. You get to see trial decks, at least for the Genesis one, the one that, the Minerva break ride that you cross break ride over. And so that's going to be an interesting one that we get to see. And I'm getting pretty hype about it. I do like what's gonna be happening for Vanguard later this year, and I'm not sure how long I can keep up because the main decks I run, D-Robo, well, top four, OTT, D-Robos, OTT, D-Robos. I'm still getting the last two. OTT, D-Robos, Bermuda Triangle, and I guess it would end up being Kumo. Oh man, I never would have thought of that about it like that. So, with those four decks kind of like done and out of the way, I don't really feel interested in making the other decks. I've tried with, Great Nature, Dark Irregulars, other clans like that, and I still have a Pale Moon deck that I still keep just for nostalgia's sake because I run the Tamers, and I don't know how long I can keep in the Vanguard that much. But at least the hype of some other news that's been going on. Buddy Fight in this month. Not only is the extra booster for the OTT coming out for the Maguses and the Battle Sisters, but we also get a Cyber Ninja Squad in the form of set 2 for the Bushi Road Buddy Fight. And Buddy Fight, oh man, I'm really liking it. Even though that the games are short, I like that they're short. Because, dear God, it sucks when you go through a round and you have to wait 40 to 50 minutes and maybe even 10 minutes after the round's over because there's that one match that still keeps going on because either they get heal triggers or then both people are not hitting triggers at all. And that's why I like Buddy Fight. I still have my 2 flash decks. I haven't modded it in any way, whatever. I even have Begon Sword Dragon, that size 3 monster, as my buddy because I like that 4 damage. And that's a pretty cool thing. Although the 3 gauge is not that good for the Reckless Anger, but I do want to try and pick up a Gargantuan Punisher or 2 or 3, maybe 4, yeah. And so I like how the way we're going with it, because the thing is I wasn't able to attend the tournaments on Friday and Saturday because unfortunately not really unfortunately because I did enjoy my time there. I volunteered at my school's William Patterson University's MariCon. So Friday and Saturday. Friday I was busy trying to help people get stuff together, organize, make the programs, and clean up, whatever. And then Saturday was the day of the con, and Jason and Alex actually came with me. So John definitely will put in his tournament report what happened on Friday and Saturday, and he'll give you an update on everything concerning that. I do want to expand and let the other team members get in there, and also we have some casual matches and the King of the Ring segment for you as well. So, with that said, I'm happy that I'm letting the other team members finally getting their time in the spotlight, and just letting them go, and you can make your videos, and I'll edit them, add some fancy music and graphics, and yeah, that's pretty much how it's gonna be. Now, of course, you have any other suggestions for any other type of episodes you want to see. Maybe you want to see another Buddy Fight match, or maybe you want to see a match in another trading card game. Feel free to comment down below as well. We want to expand to our members, and of course, like I said before, well, if you skip to the Vanguard news, you probably not, but we are interested in having a Facebook page, but the thing is just trying to establish it and having a core team of admins trying to get it. So that's pretty much what we're discussing about. And don't worry about the Skype noises, that's actually coming from my laptop. So that's it for this week's episode of Team Gradelock Unlocks. I'm your host, AlphonZeus. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you all next time. Take care.